got no faith in Man United fans doing anything that needs to be done to change the way that this football club is going. I love Man United fans. I think it's a shame that there's so much arguments between us, but we will never make any change at this football club, and the Glazers know it. They know it. I've had conversations with people in Manchester United over the years, and they absolutely know, the Glazers absolutely know that they're comfortable as they've ever been, because Man United's fan base is incapable of getting them out. And they know that. They know that any storm, whether it's Glazers out in a transfer window or whether it's Glazers out because of the Super League, they know there's a storm to weather, but they'll get through it. I mean, look, the Super League was probably the moment where we should have got them out. They went behind the fan base's back and tried to take us out of a tournament that is symbolic to this football club. They wanted to take us out of the European Cup. How can owners that wanted to take us out of the European Cup still be here a year later? Man United is the European Cup. Sir Matt Busby was the trail setter in relation to the European Cup. That's where the Busby Babes were playing in when we had the tragedy. That's where that 10-year gap after the tragedy to winning the first European Cup in '68 was a journey. This club is intrinsically linked with the European Cup. Our owners tried to take us out of it, and they're still in charge. If you can survive that, you can survive anything. And what did they do? Joel Glazer did a Zoom call with a fan forum. I mean, it's just, they're a laugh. They're an absolute joke, and they will survive anything. So, look, bringing it back to the now, if we don't sign De Jong, what's actually going to happen? You're going to get angry, I'm going to get angry, and eventually we'll just carry on like we normally do. Nothing's going to change. I mean, I remember saying a couple of years ago, if we don't get Sancho, this board will never survive because it's so embarrassing. They didn't get Sancho. All right, they got him a year later, but they didn't get Sancho, and they still survived. They will ride anything out, and we will get angry, and we will get frustrated, and we will say it's not enough, and we will say enough is enough, and there'll be protests, and there'll be anger, and then people will start arguing with each other, and the Glazers will just get away with it. So I really hope we do get De Jong, and I'm still confident that we will, but let's not pretend if we don't get De Jong and we don't sign anybody else that the Glazers are gone. They've survived a lot, and they'll keep surviving, and this is why the club's in the mess it is. And if you don't think Man United's in a mess, tell me why nobody, whether it's a pundit or a fan, is putting us in the top four before a ball's been kicked. That's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed.